Hi guys, namaste. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well. So today we will look into some of the most important JavaScript tips and tricks that will help you to become a better developer. Yeah, so let's start. So here we go. The tip number one. So the tip number one is we have to remove the element from an array using index of and splice method. Suppose this is an array, we have to remove this element from this array. I mean the 5. So let's see how we can remove it. So initially I'll declare an array and initialize with numbers, these numbers 2, 5, 9, right? So later on I will use index of method to access the index of the that particular number, right? I will tell you, I'll explain you. So what I'll do is I will try to use index of index of 5. So this index method is used to access the element from an array. So this 5, that means in the first index we have the 5 number. You also can see it takes a number and it returns the index of the first occurrence of the value. If the index is not present, it returns a -1, right? I will show you the console.log as well. Console.log, I'll do this index in console.log. I'll show you all. See, the index of 5 is 1, right? Index start from 0, right? This is at 0 index. This is at the 1 index. So we have this element number 5 in the first index. Similarly, if I do 9, it will use second index, right? See, because 9 is at the second index. Similarly, if I give the element which is not present in the array, like 4 is not present in the array, right? It use -1, right? If you all can see, right? So we'll keep it as 5 since we have 5 as input, right? So next what we'll do is uh, we will use array dot splice method. I will tell you what splice method does. Slice index 1, and finally if I do console dot log this array will see the output. See, 5 is removed from the array, right? What does this splice method does is it actually changes the content of the array, whether it may be adding or removing, right? So over here, splice method is taking the starting index and number of items to be removed. The starting index is, as you know, the starting index is index number 1. So how many elements are to be removed? That particular elements is to be removed. Suppose if it is 2, then it removes 5 and 9. Since we want to remove only one element, that is 5, so we have to give only one as a number here. So yeah, let's move towards the next step. So the tip number 2, we have to check whether a string contains a substring or not. For example, in this string we have f double o, and in the substring we have o double o, right? So we have to check in the string we have the substring or not. This string includes this double o or not, right? So for that there is one inbuilt method, we can use that. I will show you all. So this string, you have to check this string. There is a method called includes, right? Includes substring, right? This substring, if it is, then it returns true. See, it is true, but if we do something like I, it returns false, since I is not in string variable, right? And there is one more method apart from this. I will comment out this and will show one more method. There is one more method called index of. By using index of also we can find the elements it include or not. So I'll tell you that also. So flow with string dot index of this index of method. What does it is? I have said in the previous tip, right? It actually used to access the index of the element, right? So index of substring this string. So it's actually checking the index of this, right? If the index of this is not equal to -1, in that case definitely it will provide. I hope it's false, because double OI is not present in uh, the first variable. So if I do double O, it returns true. So basically it is checking the string of index of string, this string. If it is not equal to -1, so it returns true. Hope you all got it. So yeah, let's move towards the next tip. So in the tip number 3, we have to generate a random number between 1 to 10. So yeah, let's start. So here also we have to use some built-in function, built-in methods. I'll explain you all. So first of all, we have to generate a random number, right? To generate a random number, we have a method called mat.random, right? So it generates a random number. You all can see in the console, right? You all can see in the console. But we want the random number only between 10, right? 1 to 10. So what we have to do is we have to multiply this with 10, so that we will get only the random number between 10. See, see, get to 8, but we don't want this decimal numbers, right? We want only the absolute number. So to remove the decimal number, we have to use mat.floor or mat.seal, right? To remove those decimal number. Now you all can see it. 7, 3, 2. Basically this mat.floor is used to remove the decimal numbers, right? For example, 1.5 it gives 1, 1.9 it gives 1, 1.2 it gives 1, right? So to remove the decimals we have to use mat.floor, and when I hover over this, you all can see it returns the greatest integer less than or equal to its numerical arguments. As I say, so random number actually it generates a random number, right? But we want only till 10, so we have to multiply it by 10. Hope you all got it. So yeah, let's move towards the next tip. So in the tip number 4, we have to list all the methods of the math object, right? So I'll explain you. So in the console.log. So first of all, if you want to find the square root, right? We have to use math.square. To explain you all. Square root of 4. See, it will be 2. So to find the square root, we have to use math.square. So I'm sorry, I'm not able to pronounce what it is, but please. So and to find uh, to find absolute value, right? To find the absolute value, we have to use abs, mat.abs. For example, -5. So it will give us 5, right? So this is one method, and the next method is mat.round. As I said, so basically it's round the number. For example, if I do 4.6, see it gives 5. So basically it's round up to the highest number, right? So if I do 4.4, see again, basically the decimal is above 5, so it round up to the highest number, right? If it is below 5, it round up to the below number, right? For example, 4.5, I think it's rounded to highest number. So next there is another method, mat.seal. So basically it is also used to round up to the highest number, right? You all can see. And there is one more method called mat.floor. So as I said in the last tip, so it is used to round up the lesser, I mean below the digits, For example, 4.2, it rounds up to 4, right? So this is the thing. So the next method is mat.min. So it is actually used to find the minimum number, whatever the number we give here. For example, 2, 7, 1. So 1 is the minimum. So you all can see here 1 is the minimum. So mat.min is used to find the minimum number, minimum element in that. So in similar way, mat.max used to find the maximum number, that is give 7, right? So these are the math object that are used, that are very helpful during your coding journey. Hope you all got it. So let's move towards the next tip. So in the tip number 5, we have to capitalize the first letter in a string. For example, in the username we have Krishna, so we have to capitalize the first letter, that is K. So let us look at how we can do that. So I'll declare one more variable called result, or meanwhile I will say capitalized. Hopefully the spelling would be correct. So what I'll do is I will access the first letter in this string. So for that, what I will do is username dot character at 0, right? So character at 0. So basically I'm accessing the first letter from the string. So for that we use character at, as you can see. When I hover over this, it returns the character, the specified string, right? So later on, when we got that first letter, as if now we got the first letter, that is K. So we have to make it as uppercase, right? If I do console.log here, if I do capitalized, see, it is capitalized, but we don't have the remaining RISHNA, right? So we have to append that as well. Right now, we just capitalize the first letter. So what we have to do is, so to append, what we'll do is we'll use add symbol, and we'll just use username dot use slice method. I will explain you what this slice method does. So if I do this, see, the first letter in the Krishna, the first letter is capitalized, that is K, and remaining letters are present. So now what the what does this slice method does is, you simply hover over it, you can see it takes the start and the end as a parameters. It takes the two parameters, right? The starting is 1, so we have to leave this as, we have to leave this K, because already we have capitalized that, we have accessed it by character at, and we have made it capitalized. So we are just appending the remaining thing. So slice method takes basically two parameters, the start index and the end index. Now we don't have the end index. If I provide this end index, so it gives only K and R. Since we have provided slice the 192, right? 0 192, so it leaves the second index and it considered as KR. But we don't want that. We want, apart from we want everything. After K we want everything. So if it specifies only one parameter to it, so it consider everything, RISHA. But if you write one or two here, as I said, it takes the first two, right? But if you don't specify, it takes the entire string, and it appends to. I hope you all got it. So let's move towards the next step. Next step is to trim the empty spaces. As you can see, before Krishna there is some empty spaces, so we have to trim that. For to trim that, we have a simple method called trim. So just we have to use that method, right? It trims, see, the empty spaces is called trim. So in the next step, we have to add 0 at the start of the numbers. For example, this number is 1 2 3, so we have to add two preceding zeros here. So yeah, even for that we have some built-in methods, so we can use that, right? So we'll take the uh, original number as 1 2 1 2 3, right? So now we have to add two preceding zero to that. So what I'll do is I'll take the result here, just to declare a variable, and what I'll do is I will take the original number, that is this thing. And uh, there is one built-in method called pad start, so we can use that str pad start, right? So at how many digits we want 2 digits, right? So including the 2 digits there are 5 digits total, right? So we have to mention here it is a total, we have 5 digits. In that we have to add 0 to it, right? A string, we have to add it in a string, right? So if I do console.log this result, hopefully we can see 0 at the start. And we can see the error. Yeah, the error is, see, we are adding a string at the start, right? But this is a number, so before adding that we have to convert this original number into this original number into the string, right? So string, I'll convert that to string, and later on we can do it. See, we are adding 2 zeros before this 1 2 3, we are adding 2 zeros. Yeah. So friends, that's it for today. Hope you all understood these simple methods that makes life much more easier. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please smash that like button. And yeah, see you again. Bye bye.